Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. So, we're here with the last part of this um 2 hour long discussion. I really enjoyed doing this. And I hope to do more of these sometime in the near future. So, fingers crossed. But anyways, there was one question that I actually did. I meant to ask like earlier. This kind of goes into the fitness aspect, but
Mhm.
let me see. Since gyms are opening back up, like, is it recommended? Is it better for you to go to like a public gym or work out from home? What's your two
Oh,
cents?
yeah.
Yeah.
I think it depends on how comfortable the individual is. I personally am comfortable going back in to an in-person gym. I like the community and the environment in a gym. I'm a little more motivated to work out with other people, so that's why I prefer to go in person. But most gyms and hot yoga as well, they all have their own they're doing everything that they can to keep it safe and clean. So I know hot yoga um, does request your vaccination card so that they know that everyone's vaccinated. And I'm pretty sure that a lot of other gyms are doing that as well. So depending on the individual's comfort level and what they need to feel comfortable, you can ask the gym or the yoga studio what they're doing to ensure that everyone's safe. And most of them, I mean, the biggest companies will definitely have a system in place so that it's safe for everyone.
Yeah, because it's also the same as like somebody who is comfortable with a personal trainer, or if they're
Mhm.
just, okay, just doing it completely on their own, like independently, you know.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, your gym fitness journey is independent and you have to sort of feel what you prefer and what you feel best doing for sure.
Yeah, totally.
Mhm.
Um, Let me see. And yeah, since we're kind of almost approaching the end of this, so let's talk about what you've got coming up in the near future. So, any plans that you wish to discuss, any upcoming projects, anything that you're gonna do, workout videos, we can kind
Yeah.
of discuss that. But yeah, anything else that we can look forward to and we can expect to see from Zoe.
I love that. Yeah, thanks for asking. Well, there's a couple things. I just signed with a new manager in December, and I
Manager,
really, really
hey.
like her. I really we clicked instantly, which was amazing. I mean, I that doesn't happen all the time with me. So I'm very excited for this year to see what we work on together. I'm very excited for that. Um, and yeah, no, this is totally inspiring me because I've been thinking about it for a long time of how I want to post more on social media and be more active and to extrovert myself a little bit more too. I gotta practice what I preach. So I definitely have some ideas of stuff that I want to post. I'm thinking I'd love to navigate a social media page that has to do with acting and yoga, the combination together. So it could possibly be videos about either possibly helping actors and giving advice, or like just like we did earlier, doing demonstrations of different breathing techniques, different movements that they can do in the morning to help ease anxiety or to help ease them through auditioning and just life in general, really. So that's one of my main goals this year. And the last thing that I'm excited for is I've never written my own script. And so I wrote that down as one of my uh, New Year's goals for this year is to write my own story, write my own script, whether that be, it'll probably be a pilot, like a TV script, 30 pages. Um, and I'm really excited for that. I have a couple ideas. I won't share them here yet, but I just have a couple of things that inspire me and I think could potentially be really fun. And I think it's so good for actors to write themselves and to understand the writer's perspective. And I've definitely read a lot and I love reading, but I haven't written very much. So I feel like I need to experience the writer's journey and draw from my own uh, life experiences. Uh, and yeah, another way to express myself through writing. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, so having a manager, is it like with the same advice that you gave for like booking an agent, does it also apply with manager as well? Or is
I
it
would
they're
say so.
one?
Yeah. I met my manager in a showcase, which was
Yeah.
amazing. I did cold email her before I met her in the showcase. Cold email meaning I emailed her personally without having known her before. And people have different opinions on that. Some people say, yeah, if you have something important to say, email them. Some people say, don't email them unless you know them. Um, I don't know. I don't really have a strong opinion on it. I think that actors have to do what they have to do. So if a part of that is emailing somebody to let them know that you exist and show them some of your work, I think that's totally valid. You gotta find your way to connect with people somehow. I guess the only advice I would give is that if you do email them without having met them before, make sure you're emailing them something that is significant, such as something that would be significant would be, oh, I just booked a short film, or I just got new headshots. I just got new headshots, and I'm in this scene study program, and I'm doing X, Y, and Z to improve my career. Whatever it may be, something substantial that they can receive and go, okay, that's interesting. I'd say that that's a general good rule of thumb. But yeah, I met her at a manager showcase, and then she reached out to me. So that was amazing. Um yeah. Yeah, and so I think you need to approach it the same way as you approach sort of relationships, really, which I know is really frustrating, but it's just, you gotta let it happen in an organic way and hope that there's a connection with the representation. And the more you do showcases, the more you extrovert yourself, the higher possibility you have of connecting with representation. And there's also, I mean, I don't know if you already know about this, but there's a thing, if you do you have Actors Access?
I think I have an account. I'm
Okay.
not quite sure.
Well,
Yeah,
on Actors Access, they have a a, a what's it called? A service. I think it's about $30 a month where they send out your information to agents and managers. So again, it's kind of like a pay to play thing. But I do have friends who've gotten representation from that. It's called Talent Link on Actors Access. So yeah, you pay $30 a month and they send out your headshot, resume, and reels to all the agents that are signed up on Actors Access. So that's a great resource. Another great resource for finding representation, Acting and Voice Studios just started. I don't know if you've seen that on our website, but we've just started having our own service very similar to Talent Link, where you can choose to pay just for 1 month, or you can choose to pay for a year, but you basically give them all your materials that you want shown to agents and managers. And then Acting and Voice Studios will then send out your information on your behalf to the agents and managers in that area. And you can do it in the New York area or the LA area. Um, and I think that's super helpful because it's just another, you can do it for 1 month and see how it goes. But it's helpful to have someone sending out your information on your behalf is great because then you're kind of you're not having to put yourself on the line of like emailing them and saying, hey, whatever. You're just kind of letting a third party refer you to them almost. So that's very helpful. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So, any advice you want to give to anyone out there who have similar passions or aspirations to do what you're doing?
Yeah, yeah. There's so many things in my head. First things first, I think that you do have to have a nice little conversation with yourself and ask yourself if you want to do this in the long term. And if you do want to do it long term, then fabulous. Then you're going to have a fun life ahead of you. If you don't want to do it long term, then maybe it's not the right career choice for you. Um, and really ask yourself why you want to be an actor. Like what do you get out of it? What does it give you in return? Because you have to find some joy out of the process, or else it's going to be really hard. Because if you're just waiting to book a show or book something, then it's not reliable to book. I mean, even myself, I mean, I haven't booked consistently in a while. I'll get some lucky patches of time where I'll book, but it's still nothing is reliable or consistent for me yet. I'm hoping one day things are. But then you hear famous actors in interviews talk about how they appear to be in such a stable place in their life, and yet they win an Oscar and then they're not sure if they're going to ever work again because no one has been calling them. So it's a wild, odd career. I love it. So you really have to love it. And you have to find a community of people that you enjoy acting with. And yeah, you just have to love it. I know that that sounds really trite and sort of oversaid, but I think it's true because for a while, you're not going to get a lot of monetary pay. You're not going to get any financial rewards for most of us for a while. So you have to really be in it for things other than the money. And just a couple more things. And I think you have to be really curious about learning new information and doing what you're doing, Robert, and interviewing people and asking people what they're doing, what the process is, and finding actors that are more experienced that where you can ask them information and learn from them, and then you progress, and then they progress, and then you want to build your momentum and listen to podcasts and watch interviews and watch movies and just be really curious about what you can do to advance your career and advance your craft and be a forever student. Um,
Never stop learning.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. Um, yeah. Is there anything else about I feel like I could talk on that for a long time, but I don't want to repeat myself. Any advice I give? And just I don't know, just really love yourself because it's a really hard industry, and so you have to have a lot of self-love and self-forgiveness and be able to move forward even when people are telling you no. Something I say in my yoga classes, my motto is the cure to depression is movement, and object in motion stays in motion. So if you can continue moving forward, if the worst thing in the world can happen to you, but you can still find a way to get up in the morning and go down the street to the coffee shop and buy yourself a muffin or do whatever you need to do to make yourself feel good, do that. Just find a way to move forward, because movement is the key for me to finding joy and pushing forward and going after your purpose and going after your goals and your dreams. having a very clear vision of what your goals and your dreams are will help you with your determination and your life force. Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah, it's a good question. I'm so
Yeah.
happy to be here, by the way. I'm really happy to be here and discussing these things because I find a lot of I find a lot of joy out of talking about these things and sort of fleshing out these problems or challenges or life things. It really helps me to sort of understand it, and I'm a big podcast person too. I love listening to podcasts. So yeah, I'm just really thrilled to be on here. So thank you.
Yeah, anytime. So you can like do some more self-plugging or
Oh
promoting
yeah.
whatever. Like just anything else that you want to discuss that you want to get out there. And yeah.
Yeah, well, everyone is welcome to follow me on my social
Yeah, social
media.
media.
It's yes, I have an Instagram. It's Zoe period tries TRIES period society SOCIETY Zoe tries society. That's me. I didn't post on social media for a long time. I was very private. I was just a moody artist. And then I decided, you know what, maybe I should post more because it's probably weird when people look me up and they don't see anything. So, anyways, yeah, I'd love for you to follow me on social media. If you're in LA, come to my class. I teach at Hot 8 Yoga. We have 8 locations in LA. I teach Fridays 5:45 p.m. at Beverly Hills and Saturday 11 a.m. at Brentwood. And I love teaching, so I'd love to see you there. And for everyone who's aspiring to be an actor and to live this life, I'm right there with you. I know, I get it. Keep going, keep listening to podcasts, keep going to scene study and just kill it and just live your best life. And yeah, I think that's all I have to say. It was just such a pleasure to be here.
Yeah. And I guess with everything, that you mentioned, with the yoga and also your other stuff like social media, and I guess that's another thing that we can discuss real quick, how it can actually be um I mean, I've talked about the pros and the cons of using it in the past, but how do you see it as a good or somewhat? I don't want to talk about the negative stuff, but I just want to talk mostly discuss how to use social media, um, as part of
As
your
an actor,
business. I mean, like as an actor, but like using it to grow your business because
yeah,
like a lot of actors are also like business people, so
yeah,
using it for, effectively and, just to get your name out there,
yeah.
essentially. Yeah.
To be honest, I'm not entirely sure what that answer is because I need to work on my social media presence too. I
Yeah, all of us do.
it's very interesting, isn't it? I like to study, I like to look at I mean, there are some actor blogs I follow that I find interesting, and I like to look at what they're doing to see, why they're successful and why they work. Um, I don't know. Maybe we should take a social media business class or something. I really don't know. I mean, I've thought about that too, of learning more about what works on social media. I mean, I think as an actor, well, I'll say my own personal opinions, but take this with a grain of salt because I think this is really only my opinion. I I like to post stuff that shows uh, different aspects of who I am. Like I post stuff when I'm in Hawaii, I post yoga stuff. One of my hobbies is studying astrology. I love astrology. So for a while, I posted a lot about astrology. Um, So yeah, just for so when people look at my page, they get a sense of who I am. I think that's really important is, show people the best side of you, show them so they get a sense of who you are. I personally don't post self-tapes on my Instagram. Um, I know some people who do. I just personally, well, Audrey Helps Actors has a whole self-tape May challenge that I've considered doing, but I don't know. There's a level of privacy that I want to keep with my self-tapes. Maybe just for self-tape May, maybe I will adjust and make it private or something. I don't know. But I don't tend to post my self-tapes up, and I'm not sure why, but I guess it's just maybe for privacy reasons. Um, but yeah, I have to learn how to make reels. I have to learn how to invite the audience in. Yeah, that's definitely a skill set that I need to learn as well. Um,
Yeah,
yeah,
me too.
yeah.
Oh man, I can't believe I didn't ask you this, but what led you to become a yoga instructor and starting this, classes and all this
With
other
with
stuff?
yoga.
Yeah, what led you to become an instructor?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mentioned earlier I was drawn to yoga when I was sick.
Yeah,
Yeah, I loved it then. And you know what? The woman who did the teacher training, she I met her through a wild set of circumstances, but I ended up realizing we had mutual connections and she actually knew my family. So when I met her, we kind of had this crazy meeting and I thought, oh my God, you're amazing. And the instructor was actually, it's yoga bar is what I teach. So BARRE, that's like ballet bar. So it's a fusion of bar with vinyasa yoga. But this teacher, she has been doing this for 40 years. She's 68 and she's just absolutely ripped. And she's like a guru, basically. She's a yoga guru. And so when I met her, she was honestly a large draw for me because I she was so wise and she knew so much and I felt that if I learned from her I would be getting the best of the best. So that's really what drew me to it. And you know what, it's a great side hustle. It's a great side hustle on top of being an actor because I get to meet new people. I get to, make money by doing something I love. Yeah, that's probably I should have probably just said that in the beginning. Mainly to be able to do it and make money with it is amazing. To be able to make money with something you love, that's the dream. So and I felt that I mean I've been practicing for 7 years now, so I feel qualified to teach. I definitely have a confidence in my knowledge of yoga. And so I felt it was definitely the right time, and it was something that had been in the back of my head for a while.
yeah. Man, I could just ask more questions about like positive mindsets, positivity, learning to, loving thyself, and
Yeah,
we've already been we've been talking, we've been gushing about that throughout this entire like recording. So it's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
what new, what else, what can we add to it, you know?
I know. I like to be a positive person. I think life
Yeah,
is a little easier when I'm positive, when
same.
I think
You
daily
and me
affirmations
both.
are
Yeah.
great. You know,
Yes.
what you think in your mind translates into reality. So if you think negative thoughts like I'm a loser, I'm no good, I can't do anything, then that's going to then get ingrained in your body and in your life point of view, and then you're kind of going to slowly evolve into that because that's what your brain is telling you. But if you're saying things like I am lucky. I am talented. I'm a hard worker. I am destined for something great. If you have those sort of mantras in your head, then your body will the same thing. Your body will sort of become that and you will evolve into that over time because your mental thoughts are everything, I think.
Yeah. What's your personal affirmations?
I am lucky. I love that one because, well, I do feel I've been very lucky in my life. Um, I'm lucky with my family. I'm lucky with my health. Um, and it makes me feel good because, sometimes I get into ruts of like nothing's going my way. And I'm like, dang it, I want X, Y, and Z, but it's not working out. What am I doing wrong? Blah, blah, blah. And so I get in this rut and I don't like being in stuck in a rut, so I am lucky. I love I am loved, I am worthy, anything to make me feel like I'm capable. I think especially in this business, you need to be able to feel like you're capable of doing and achieving your goals. And you have to force yourself to love yourself and believe in yourself because you can't count on other people to believe in you in the beginning. You have to find the fuel within you first. um yeah, and it can be a little challenging. It can be daunting, this business, because it's a big business, and there's a lot of people, and there's a lot of production companies, there's a lot of producers, there's a lot of it's a big bit. I mean, it's a small world, but it's also a big world. You know what I mean? When people say it's a small world, yeah, it is. But there's also a lot of people in it, and there's a lot of businesses, and there's a lot of opportunities. And so it's easy to feel overwhelmed or daunted by it for me. And so I have to really focus and say, okay, I'm capable. I'm capable, you know, because the way I look at it is, someone has to make another movie. Someone has to cast another actor. There's always going to be work to do. So why shouldn't it be you? Why shouldn't it be yourself?
Yeah, it really is a small world, especially since you find people who are really passionate and they love like pop culture, like geek, like nerdy related stuff. So it's like, we get to gush about like our favorite show. So, like I said, small world. And
Yeah.
yeah, making connections too. I think if I were to give a thank you to actors acting and voice studio, I think that's kind of how we both just kind of, corresponded and got connected and stuff. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's just kind of like for me personally, I think my affirmation or mantra is like I actually have four. It's be confident, be grateful, be be brave, be courageous, and just be humble. Those are
Yeah.
kind of my big four to be's. To be or not to be, that is the question. Yeah. Let me see. Um, yeah, this has been a lot of fun. Wow, I was not expecting, yeah, to have such like, a deep, profound conversation like, today. So I guess I kind of needed this because, I'm just always down to meeting new people and just, catch up and, do all this great stuff that I do for the podcast, which is, is what I do. So thank you for joining me
I
today.
think
I
it's
really do
great.
appreciate
I
it.
think it's
Yeah.
I think it's awesome what you're doing, and I really respect you and your, just to have the energy and the passion for doing podcasts and interviewing people. It's really great. I mean, you've probably acquired a big skill set just from doing a podcast, and
Seriously. Yeah.
yeah, no, it's a podcast is no joke. It's a lot of time.
Oh yeah, definitely. So for LA in particular, I know you've been here for a little while. So, do you feel like you kind of would want to be here? But I mean, I know this is where the big that's kind of where a lot of the big stuff, the big boys are at in Hollywood. So,
Mhm.
do you find it to be like your permanent home for the rest of your life, or is there like actually let's talk about like, your dreams. Like I know you talked about your end goal, but what are some of the like where do you see this journey? Like where do you see yourself in the next few years? Or like,
Yeah.
I don't know, just is being here like your ultimate, like, this is kind of where you're set for the rest of your career, or did you have anything else that kind of has been sort of circulating in your mind while you've been here for, because you came from Hawaii and then you went to New York and now to LA, so what what do you got? What's in
That's a
store?
great question. That's a great question. Yeah,
Yeah.
my ultimate dream and goal is to be wealthy enough to have a home in California and also a home in Hawaii. I would love to go back and forth. I would also love to um, be able to travel a lot, whether that be for work, for acting, or just for personal fun. That's a huge, I love traveling. Um, but my goal is to be an actor. I mean, I want to be an actor for the rest of my life, and I'm trying to set up my life so that eventually, within the next couple of years, I'll have more momentum and more traction in the industry so that I can just focus on working here in Hollywood. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I
Because
also
we,
love Hawaii, so I'm manifesting booking more in Hawaii too. I mean, that would be great because
that would be
I love
awesome.
my home. I love my
Yeah, that'd be so cool.
home.
Yeah. Um, yeah, we could just talk about LA and, the struggles and everything about, like, if you ever wanted to sightsee or visit here, like, it really is nice. Just save up. That's all I'll say.
Save up.
Yeah, expense. Yeah,
Oh
saving
yeah,
up.
it's very
Yes. Especially
expensive.
if you want to
Yeah.
move. Oh, not gonna get into it.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, it is
but
very
yeah,
expensive. Yeah. Yeah, that's another good topic is as an actor, you need to be
moving. Yes.
financially
That's another good one.
stable and financially together enough so that you have the money to move out here and you have the money to buy headshots, buy your acting subscriptions to Actors Access, casting networks. Yeah, you have the money to have self-tape equipment. It's an expensive industry to be in. And so you have to have your finances in order. It's really important. Yeah.
Mhm. So, I guess that just about wraps it up. So,
Yeah.
I hope that, like, you continue to work. I really hope that your career definitely takes an uphill trajectory,
Thank
probably
you.
from watching this podcast. So that's something to show to your to your folks. Yeah. Check her out. She's awesome. But anyways, would you like to do an outro for the podcast?
Oh, an outro? What do you mean?
Oh, like a closing, like, hi, my name is Zoe. I've been in so and so and so. I do this, and you're watching or listening to the Station Square podcast.
Oh,
Just as
okay.
a closing bumper. Yeah.
Oh, very cool. Okay, yeah, I'll try one. Um, okay, right now.
Oh yeah, right now.
Do it now. Okay.
Yeah, live.
Wait, and you're watching Station Square podcast. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Zoe Sher. I'm an actor and yoga teacher here in LA. You're watching Station Square podcast.
Yeah, that was pretty good. And where can people find you on, and what have you done? Just as a quick recap.
Oh, yes. Uh, You can check out my IMDb. I've been on Magnum P.I. I've done a number of commercials here in LA. And you can find me on my Instagram at Zoe Tries Society.
Nice. Yeah, I guess we can like quickly get into the commercials just really quick as just a
Oh,
last minute. Yeah.
oh, the commercials?
Yeah, the experience of working on those, like what you
Yes,
mentioned, yeah, real quick.
that was really fun. I won't mention who I did it for because I just had a conversation with someone about this and how like it's kind of weird. I'm not sure about it. I haven't formulated my opinion yet, but apparently, like sometimes if you tell people the commercials you've done, then casting will see you in a certain way. I don't know. I don't know if I agree with it. But anyways, the commercials was a great experience, but I did the commercials when I was still non-union. So I just joined SAG a couple months ago. And
Nice.
if yeah, I'm sure doing a commercial versus doing a commercial non-union versus doing it as SAG is a vast difference in how you're paid. And I'm a big fan of SAG because I just believe in, SAG is what makes this career sustainable because they fight for you getting paid the right amount of money. And so the commercials that I did were awesome and I had a great experience. And I have actually nothing to complain about them. But I'm very, very excited to be in SAG now and go on more commercial auditions for SAG commercials because the SAG commercial is a much more lucrative journey, I guess.
Yeah. Oh man, SAG-AFTRA. That'll be a discussion video for another day.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
there's a lot that goes into SAG.
yes.
There's so much. But
Yeah,
anyways, you can just say your final farewells or last words to, to end this, and
yeah.
yeah, we should be good.
Okay, well, thank you so much for having me. I hope everyone enjoyed. I had such a great time chatting with you, Robert. It was great. Thank you for all your questions. You're really sweet. You're awesome. Yeah, feel free to check me out on Zoe Tries Society on Instagram. You can also check my IMDb out, just Zoe Sher, Zoe, last name Sher. Thank you so much.
Yeah. And thank you all for watching. Stay tuned next time on Station Square. This is Robert Jackson, signing out of here. And until then, have a good one, folks. And yeah, catch you later. Bye. Peace.